Well, hello, everyone. It is a pleasure to have with us Jeremiah and Leslie Andrews. They're going to be our conference speaker. We're going to have our annual couples conference February 14th and 15th. It'll land right there on Valentine's Day. What an appropriate time to have a couples conference. Brother Andrews and his wife are my friends, and they have been serving at the Central Baptist Church in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. This May will be 6 years. Well, we're really excited to have you guys. Why don't you give us a rundown on who you are and what your ministry is like there in Mississippi?
Well, as you said, my name is Jeremiah Andrews and pastor of Central Baptist Church here in the Deep South, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, about an hour north of the Gulf of Mexico. And like you said, been here about 6 years. And we moved here back in 2019 after planting a church in North Louisiana.
And I'm Leslie Andrews. We've been married, it'll be 20 years in July. And we have one daughter. She's 17 years old. She's a senior this year. So we're getting ready to move into a new stage of life very soon.
Empty nesters.
Oh boy, that's a big one. Tell me, what experience do you two have working with married couples?
I think probably our greatest experience is the fact that we are a couple. And so much of what we get to teach and preach and try to pass along to our couples at our church, there are things that we learned either through the blessings of getting it right or through the hardships of getting it wrong. And my wife has a quote she often uses that you can either learn through instruction or destruction. And oftentimes, what we try to help our young couples with is the blessings that we've received from doing it God's way, or maybe the hardships and difficulties that we have experienced through not doing things God's way. And aside from that, we built a church back 10 years ago. As a matter of fact, this Sunday is the 10-year anniversary of the church we planted. And we started with a small group of young adults and really saw how that church flourished through the cultivation of these young families, just getting them rooted in the Word of God. And so it's something we have a heart for. We enjoy it. And having learned a lot through experience in life, it's a blessing to be able to share that with other folks.
That's great. Miss Leslie, what are some of your favorite memories in the almost 20 years of being married there?
Well, I would definitely say we both like adventure. He likes it more than I do. He's willing to try all the new things, but I love the balance that he brings there to help me try new things. We love to travel together, just spending time together on different adventures, even though sometimes the adventures may lead into unknowns that well, they're unknown, but we get to go through them together. And we've grown a lot learning those things together, having each other to just to make those new memories and those learn those new lessons together. So I enjoy anytime we get to spend together.
That's fantastic. By the way, your fireplace behind you is well decorated. And
Thank you.
it was made
I,
known to me that that was not done for this video, that you're just for Valentine's Day already.
The mantle is her centerpiece for her decoration. So it is Valentine's is the next holiday, so she's already decorated.
It looks great. It really, really looks great. So we're calling our conference When Two Become One, Two Become One, and take the biblical principle there, precept there. So maybe the two of you can give us a rundown. We're going to have most of it will be with everyone together. We will have one split session there where Miss Leslie, you'll be addressing the ladies. Brother Jeremiah, why don't you take a few minutes and just kind of help us with the topics that will be covered in the conference this year?
Well, after you called, we began praying, talking a lot about what the Lord put on our heart, really revolving around the theme. And with the theme, Two Become One, the word connect and connection has come up a lot as we've prepared. And I've got my notes here in front of me for a lot of what we believe the Lord's going to have us to bring while we're there. One of the first sessions we're going to cover is called the affection connection. And we're going to look at really what the connection between a husband and wife should be consisted of. And one of the areas we're really going to look at is the two-way street of respect. And I know most of us have read the book Love and Respect, and a lot of times we key in on the man and the man's need for respect, but we're going to take a totally different approach as we look at respect being a two-way street, and how so much of what we do on a daily basis either shows respect or disrespect to our spouse. And just one quick truth to tease that session, when you look up the word respect, and look at some of the antonyms of the word respect, you'll find that one of the words is contempt. And oftentimes in marriages today, we see a lot of contempt because there's a lack of respect either by the husband or by the wife. And going to really look at some specifics where maybe we don't realize areas that we are not showing the respect that we should, and then in turn breeding contempt in our homes.
Very good. That's going to be great. That's only one session. We got multiple sessions
Yeah,
throughout.
that's one session. We're going to have one session on the directions for connections. A lot of times in our marriage counseling with people here in our church, our people are human. We're human. We see that the disconnects happen because they get to a place of a faulty connection. Maybe they got started the wrong way, or a forgotten connection to where they quit doing the things that connected them to begin with. And so we're really going to try to revive the connection between husbands and wives. The session that I'll speak to with the men will be on connecting or neglecting, and how that man and that head of that house, the husband, the dad, it's their responsibility to lead in connecting, and that by not leading, we are neglecting our families. And I know a lot of men would take offense by the thought of neglecting our families because we think of the physical needs of supplying food and a place to live and taking care of the bills. But in the end, I think a lot of times we neglect our families by not providing those emotional connections that we need. So as men, we're going to look at that. My wife, she's going to be dealing with another subject for ladies. You want to discuss that?
Yeah, Lord willing, I'll be talking with the ladies about balance through boundaries. So much of what helps build a home is the balance that I have. Just keeping all of the plates spinning, as the illustration would show. And a lot of that comes through boundaries, whether it be personal, sometimes ministerial, sometimes through my job, sometimes it can even be with family. How do I maintain balance, or how do we as ladies maintain balance? Sometimes with 5 different boundaries that we have to set.
It's going to be really good. Yeah.
That is one that we have always battled with, because as you know, as a pastor and as people in our society today know, there's so many things that we have to keep balanced. And a lot of times disconnects in marriage happens because we don't set the right boundaries, and that's when things get out of balance. But and then one area that we'll cover, and you and I have discussed this in preparation for this, we're calling it right now Heart and Hand. And basically, we're looking at the intimate connection between a husband and wife, and how it's not just a heart thing, that God made that and intended that to manifest itself with the hand, which obviously one is emotional, one is physical, but how God made them to be symbiotic. In today's society, they want to focus and prioritize one is more than the other, to whether that emotional connection or physical connection, which one is prioritized when truly they go hand in hand. And so we'll cover that as well in that area of connecting.
That's great. It's going to be a wonderful conference. Make sure you go through the process of opening up our church app and register for the event. You can see me if you have any questions, but we look forward to a wonderful time with the Andrews. They'll be with us the conference Friday and Saturday, the 14th and 15th. Then they'll be with us all day Sunday, the 16th, here at the church preaching. We're looking forward to that. Brother Andrews, Brother and Mrs. Andrews, thank you for spending a few minutes with us. And we look forward to having you with us here in just a few weeks.
I look forward to being there. Thank you.